Viewers, if you remember correctly, or a spoiler alert for the Ipswich rebuild, in the final season, Tottenham Hotspur got relegated. Of course, I'm joined with Omega Dad, who is a big Spurs fan, and so many of you asked us to do a video based on this. So I thought we could not miss out. Yeah, we could not miss out on this opportunity. So just to give you a brief understanding of how this has happened, we are 5 years into the future of a rebuild. Diego Simeone is the manager of the club. Still have Harry Kane, still have Heung-min Son.
Probably is there a bit old now, isn't he?
And their players are just absolutely fantastic. I mean, you've got the likes of Danny Olmo here, he's a world-class player. Højbjerg's still there. Yeah. How has this team got relegated? Sule's world-class. Like, it's unbelievable, really. You've got some really good goal scorers too. Like Liam Delap is coming on, 23 years of age now. He's fantastic. Physically, he's unbelievable. Andre Onana in goal. We mentioned in the rebuild video. We try and sign this guy every single rebuild because he's that good. So, yeah, I thought it would be quite funny to do a video based on this. So I set up 2 scenarios. One, we have simulated 5 years into the future without controlling Spurs at all and just see how they do naturally. And then 2, I've also simulated it being in control of them, and we're gonna see if I can save Tottenham Hotspur. So, I think we go 2 years into the future of the simulated season without us managing them first.
Yeah.
So, we're back 2 years in, 7 years into the future. The year is 2028. Diego Simeone's still in charge. Now, what surprises me the most about that is because this is 2 years after we left you being relegated. Yeah. You already just getting promoted. You did not get promoted in that first season. I mean, you won the league this year. Won it quite easily. But how did you not get promoted in that first season?
Don't know.
Unbelievable. I mean, you dominated as well because you got the players in the average ratings and everything that are littered around the statistics. But I am so shocked that 1, Simeone was still allowed to be in charge, but 2...
Oh, I'm surprised he got sacked the first season that we in the Championship not to get promoted.
Yeah, I mean, that is what shocked me the most. Because if you take a look at the season before, you finished in 3rd place and you were knocked out of the playoffs, which is...
Well, that ain't too bad, that is it? You know, you're criticising him, but he's got to the playoffs. Yeah. But you still should get automatic promotion to a team like that.
With Spurs, yes. Yeah. You could beat Swansea in the playoffs, which is really bad. But what I did notice when I seen this was certain players have left because, of course, you're going down into the leagues. They are not going to be wanting to stay there. So when you take a look at the season beforehand,
left a sinking ship.
£343 million. That's mental, really. So big players like Danny Olmo, Reguilon, all these first teamers, the defenders we mentioned there, Onana, the goalkeeper, the right back, Caligari. There's Harry Kane. He left it.
13 million to Liverpool.
To Liverpool when he was 33, 32 years of age. Yeah, he hopped out of there. I mean, he's been wanting to leave for a while, hasn't he? But yeah, I mean, even in that last year of the Premier League, he only got 7 goals. Yeah. So the decline started to happen. He did get 13 in his first season in the Premier League with Liverpool, but yeah, he left the sinking ship. Heung-min Son also left for £4 million. This is a completely different team. You can see the names here, that they're not like massive names, but Nicolas Dominguez is a cracking centre midfielder, way too good for the Championship. He's down there. Callum Hudson-Odoi, Ikone, really good. Ezri Konsa, of course, from Villa. Iwobi, I mean, he come through the Arsenal ranks, so that's controversial to begin with. So, I mean, and then obviously you didn't get promoted for that. The second season in the Championship is where you did get promoted. You've signed some free transfers here with recognisable names, but you still spent £56 million in the Championship. Just crazy. Ollie Watkins is a player that you've brought in here, and you still sold 137, so there's still players going out. Diamonde going out, who I think is a very talented wonder kid on the game. That's when Højbjerg left, Jared Bowen, Zinchenko. Yeah, so it's took you 2 seasons. So, I took control of Spurs. Let's have a look at 1 season as me, manager of the Spurs in the Championship.
Do I trust you?
We'll see. And so, the end of the first season, you can trust me. Yeah, you can trust me. I've put you straight back. And with a massive points total, might I add, 110.
Look who finished second up.
Yeah, Swansea, who knocked us out of the playoffs in the other simulation. So, I mean, let's take a look at it. The playoffs are still to be played there. We only lost 4 games. That was against Swansea, Stoke, Blackburn, and Hull. We drew 8, but yeah, won 34 out of 46. It's complete dominance, really, towards the end of it. Now, Simeone, he obviously decided to offload a lot of those players. Yeah. Now, of course, a lot of them will probably want to leave, but you don't have to sell them. If they've got contracts, they have to stick with their contracts.
That's right, yeah.
So, I thought I'd prove a point didn't sign anybody, and I didn't sell any of the first team other than Heung-min Son, which was already a deal that was done.
Yeah.
As you can see, Atalanta, £4.1 million. It was already done before I took over. So was the Reguilon deal. So both of those signings I couldn't do nothing about. But even with those two players left, I signed nobody and thought, I'm just going to do it my way. And so I created a tactic, and I thought I would use Harry Kane in centre midfield.
Ooh.
The reason for that is his pace.
Yeah.
Liam Delap is very quick, he's decent, but if you look at Harry Kane's pace and his physical's not that good. But as a Mazzala in centre midfield, where he's just trying to find pockets of space, I mean, he's fantastic. The passing ability that he has, that we know he has.
Ball, though, holding the ball up, he is good at that.
We know he's very much like when Wayne Rooney started to lose his pace, he dropped back into midfield. Yeah. It's kind of like what I would see Harry Kane. I wouldn't be surprised if we've seen a 33-year-old Harry Kane play in centre midfield.
Yeah,
so,
definitely, yeah.
And giving him a licence to move forward, because of course he's a fantastic finisher of the ball. Edge of the area, he's deadly.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think when you watch Spurs, it looks like he needs somebody to be a striker with him to play in the box poacher.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Because he drops deep a lot.
Or a manager comes in and tells him not to drop and drops someone into that space.
Yeah.
So he stays up there then and this bloke does all the running around for Harry Kane then.
Exactly, yeah. So yeah, I think I made a big decision there, and it definitely paid off. He wasn't the most influential player by any stretch of the imagination. If we look at like his goal stat, he still scored 16 from midfield with 13 assists. It's still good, but I think a lot of them, he had 9 penalties, he scored 7 of them. Yeah. So 9 goals from open play, maybe a couple of free kicks or whatever, but still a lot of assists, a very good average rating. Compared to what he did before. So yeah, this is kind of what we played for the majority of the season. We sold Reguilon, we had this guy Bjorken as a backup. He's good enough really for the championship, really good for the championship. Delap, I put my faith in him. And it paid off. 37 goals in 46 games in the league.
Well,
it's not bad at all.
League, yeah, definitely.
Competitions wise then, we're quarter-final at Brentford in the FA Cup and third round of Leicester in the Carabao Cup, but the main goal was to get back up into the league, wasn't it? So I think now we've done 2 years of a simulation with Simeone. Let's do the second year with Omega Luke in charge and see how our first year in the Premier League. We're already one step ahead. So at the end of the second season, a 9th place finish.
We're behind Arsenal, look, same points.
Dad, we're a newly promoted club.
You're still expecting to be there, don't you?
We had a huge bounce from the Championship. Like, that is fantastic.
Swansea relegated.
Yeah, Swansea's gone back down. Yeah,
see you later.
But yeah, I know where the same points are. The same points as Arsenal.
Yeah.
In the first season, where they just beat us on goal difference. Not even on goal difference. It's 19. We got to see this. It must have been the head-to-head, because unless it was down to goals scored, they scored 68. So we had a better defence, but we only scored 63.
Yeah.
However, you can see EC2. We've won something. We're the Carabao Cup winners.
Oh, I'm happy with that.
You got to take that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
First season in the Premier League. We've finished in 9th.
I like a cup final.
And we've won the Carabao Cup. We were knocked out by Arsenal in the Emirates FA Cup. But
so who did we beat now? Did we beat Arsenal?
What, in the Carabao Cup? Oh, that would be brilliant if it was in the final. Chelsea, still a London derby.
For that.
Yeah,
3-1, yeah.
Still a London derby. I mean, did we beat them on the way? That's the question. We did!
Get in.
We beat him in the semi-final.
Even better.
So, yeah, I mean, what would be the perfect scenario now is that they didn't win the FA Cup.
Yeah.
So that really, we have one up on them. And they didn't. Man United
done the double.
They beat Southampton. They've won the FA Cup 3 years in a row now. So yeah, I think that's a fantastic season. We've got to be happy with that for sure.
Definitely, yeah.
And I want to show you something. Just to prove a point of how I am a better manager than Diego Simeone, I yet again decided to not sign anybody. So for 2 years in a row, I signed absolutely nobody. Did it with a team that got relegated.
And won the cup.
Won the league, won the championship,
yeah.
Get into the Premier League and won the cup with no signings whatsoever. We still managed to keep hold of some of these players, which is obviously fantastic. So Liam Delap got 30 goals in the Premier League, or across the season, sorry, not just in the Premier League. But Harry Kane still got 13 goals in that Mazzala on attack role. He's starting to come off a little bit now. He got 10 goals in the league, but a few of them were penalties, but still, we've got to be happy with that and how he's done. And yeah, performance-wise, I think we did phenomenal considering the situation of not signing anybody, but we just managed to just keep everybody happy.
Let's face it, I mean, the squad Spurs would have had, then you'd expect them to go straight back up again, wouldn't you?
Oh, for sure, yeah. So Diego Simeone, what were you doing? But what I have done though is Simeone's obviously took 2 years to get back into the Premier League, so I thought we'll simulate a few more years and see how he does. Does he manage to recover the team? Does he manage to do better than us?
Yeah.
He's got an extra 3 years on him. Does he manage to win a cup? Let's find out. So, 5 years on from the end of the rebuild, 10 years into the future altogether, 3 years more than what we did, or what I did with Spurs. They're still in the Premier League. That's good. However, they've got a new manager.
Vincent Kompany, eh?
Vincent Kompany. Yeah, I mean, he's a fantastic manager, great motivating people management, but I think from seeing him as a player, you could tell I think he's got a good career ahead of him as a manager. He just needs to learn the trade a little bit more, I guess. But yeah, Vincent Kompany is the new manager, so that's quite interesting, really.
Yeah, when did he get sacked?
So, yeah, that's the big question. That is the big question. Whether Simeone managed to do anything with them, let's find out. So, manager-wise, Simeone was sacked after 4 years, 399 days. The league win was the championship. No cups.
Whoa.
No cups for the caretaker manager. No cups for Vincent Kompany, who has been here for 173 days. So Simeone actually came in right at the end of the rebuild. So that's probably the reason why he didn't get sacked when they got relegated. But still, he should have been sacked for not getting them promoted.
Definitely, yeah.
And all he won was a championship. He stayed there for another 2 years. And that's when they offloaded him and brought in Vincent Kompany at the start of this season, by the looks of it. Simeone was sacked.
Big mistake, no? They should have took us on.
Absolutely. Simeone was sacked in the November during this season. So I wonder if we take a look at possibly the past positions, whether Vincent Kompany had to come in and do a rescue mission.
Yeah.
And it looks like that was the case.
Ooh.
Because around about if we look here, around about the 12th match day where he was sacked, Simeone, 23rd of November 2030, they are down in 18th. That's the relegation zone again.
Crystal Palace, eh?
Exactly, yeah. So that is a very bad performance.
Yeah, they didn't want to take no chances of going down again, did they?
No, absolutely. So managing to recuperate that. So I think the only thing now really is to see where they finished in other years, to be honest, and just determine whether it was a success having Simeone bring them back up and sort of have Vincent Kompany. So when they come back, their first season was 10th place. We finished 9th.
Yeah, so we just beat them ahead.
Yeah, so not bad. Arsenal went on and carried on a little bit higher. The second season he was there, finishing 10th again. And then, of course, this season, down in 13th place. Your lucky number, funny enough. So there we have it. People have been asking us to rebuild Tottenham from that little scenario we seen at the end of the rebuild. Your thoughts?
You can't beat us, can you?
You can. Diego Simeone.
You want a team to do well? We're the boys.
Then us.
Yes.
Up here. Diego Simeone down here, then us.
Spurs back to where they should be.
Yeah.
Just get the boys in.
Spurs back to where they should be. Mid-table.
Hey, we'll be pushing, man. I tell you, we'll be pushing.
But thank you very much for watching. Really enjoyed these different scenarios. If you've got any other video suggestions, please let us know down in the comments. Keep comments coming down as well for the rebuilds. Page.com/Megaloot Gaming for the rebuild polls. That's been going really well.
Yeah.
Dad, quick like target. Maybe not go as high.
We'll go 900.
900.
Yeah.
You've got 900 likes to hit. See if you can do it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.